Okay, so unfortunately I am not able to be at our final meeting tonight, so you guys get to make fun of me as much as you want because I'm not there in person. So I did a unit conversion of algebraic properties, lesson 3 point, or unit 3.2 I should say. The first thing I wanted to put up was a course syllabus. The big expectations is kids got to follow the 3 R's that we have established in our middle school. Be respectful, responsible, demonstrate positive relationships. There are 3 main forms of assignments for the unit that I have put together. The first one being homework. All homework assignments are going to be completed via Google Classroom, and I wanted to put down a 9 p.m. Due date, otherwise we'd have kids up all night doing work. Homework in my class is always worth 1 point. I've established the kind of expectation that you're practicing to prepare for quizzes to make sure you're understanding the material. There is no work or no penalty for turning your work in late. But the big thing that I want kids to understand is that other classmates are relying on them. So if they don't do their work, they're essentially failing their classmates as well. And then in Valley View, we have 2 forms of grades. We have a 90% grade and a 10% grade. Homework only counts towards the 10% grade. Quizzes are worth 100 points in my class. The big thing I want to say is you're on your honor system. It is the expectation that you do not cheat or look up information when completing a quiz. However, I'm not going to be there to police them, so the kids know that. The only person that I put in is that they're only hurting themselves. This is something that I've established even to this day in regular class. I put all my homework answers online, and not a single kid just copies the answers. Everybody just completes the work because that is the expectation, and they know they're only hurting themselves. Tests will be completed in the classroom. Tests are worth 100 points, but they count towards a 90% main assessment grade. I mentioned the students that they can contact me via email or my phone number if it's an emergency situation. And on days that we are online, I will establish office hours from 8 to noon as well as 6 to 8. And then weekend hours, I understand weekends have to happen, but they are by appointment only. As I have said, this will consist of a blended classroom format that will last 8 days. 3 days will be online, 3 days will be in class. The main purpose of online is to be able to basically kind of establish the basics, and then when they come in the next day, that's my opportunity to either work one-on-one for those students that don't understand, or to really push those students that have mastered the beginning concepts. So my course outline has each day down pat what we're going to be doing, whether the class is in class or it's online, and what the expectations are. Here's the other set of ones that I have. Now, the big thing that I wanted to use is Google Classroom as my main format. And the nice thing, as you can see here, is here's Google Classroom Streams. So any form of announcement that I put in, students will be receiving an email notification that I have posted something. So as you can see here, here's all the stuff that I've put in thus far for the particular unit. Now, students will be able to see their information inside a calendar. Now, the nice thing is, as well, is on the student view, right in this section right over here, it's going to say right here, it'll say no work due soon. But in the student section, anytime I put an assignment in, it will let them know what is going on even further. The other thing that I like as well is recently noticed that Google has allowed any assignment that I put in to automatically sync with a student's Gmail calendar. So kids will be able to see automatically their assignments, what's due when, even through their own personal Google Calendar account. As I had mentioned, the majority of assignments are to be completed online. It is the expectation that kids get all the work done, things that need to be completed. On day 2, day 1 is an establishment of just different types of algebraic properties. Day 2, kids will be watching a video and completing this particular, watching a video online, and then what they'll do is complete this particular quiz that they will be able to find inside their Google Classroom feed. Now, the nice thing is every single assignment that I have put forth, I've had it set up where the kids can automatically get a copy of it once they click on the link, and then all they have to do is submit it to me through Google Docs and Google Classroom. So that's pretty nice that the kids can submit that stuff right off the bat. On day 3, after students have completed this particular assignment, day 3 is when I will be in class and we'll be working, helping out those particular kids that master the concepts and those that are struggling. And then we have day 4 where we'll be working on simplifying expressions. Class will start off with combining like terms, kind of watching using a Khan Academy video. And then what they'll have to do is they'll have to create 5 of their own expressions with this Google Doc and submit it to me. And the great thing that will happen on day 5 is I will be trading these 5 expressions that the students have created with another particular student in their group, and that other student has to complete the assignment. Once they're done, they then have to give them back to the original owner, and the owner has to grade it. So not only are kids practicing their simplifying expression skills, they're actually working on error analysis problems in order to determine whether a student has done things correctly or not. And as I mentioned before, assignments can be turned in late. However, on this particular assignment, if a kid doesn't do it, you're kind of hosing over another student. Day 6 is a video that I also have established via Khan Academy, where inside the particular video, as you can see, here's an example of the assignment. Students first have to answer what they think the answer to this particular question would be, 2 times 3x plus 5. And in this space, they have to write down what they think it is. And embedded inside is a link that I put to a Khan Academy video that will have this exact question. So then students will watch the video, and then what they'll do is they'll check later on where they write, if not what mistakes did they make, and then what properties were demonstrated at this time. And I did say this was an 8-day assignment, so day 7 would be reviewing for the test, and then day 8 would be taking the test. But one thing I did put in particular was the discussion board. So prior to the review, I made a great question of what would you like to most review prior to the 3.2 test? Please respond below. Now, kids will be able to add whatever the comments they want, but the thing that I really like is if you feel that you are an expert on this particular topic, respond to another student's question. So if a kid says, I don't get distributed properties, but Bob says, oh, I've got those down pat, they can then in turn help each other out through this quick discussion board. So my hope is that they will basically help each other out and really free me up to truly work with those particular students that don't understand what's going on. Our district employs Edline as one of their main sources for grades. So within the stream, I put a link to our website for the students to be able to get there to sign in. When a kid submits an assignment to me via Google Classroom, I'll grade it, and then they'll be notified that I completed the assignment, and then in turn they can see right here what their particular grade is. I've also put within the stream as well a video on how to use Google Classroom. You can see a little example here. And then because this is a blended classroom, students are going to be able to communicate with me through Google Classroom via email. The funny little link of Einstein here will help them set to me, but also they'll be able to work with me in person as well if they have any particular questions. So I hope I didn't go too long. I apologize for boring you, and have yourselves a good night.